Hey, what's up, car shipping rock stars? It's your girl Ashley from ReloGeek.com. And on today's podcast, I want to talk about cold calling / calling auto transport leads / growing your business, whatever you want to categorize it as. The truth of the matter is, when you're an auto transport broker and you're purchasing leads, you have to know how to convert them. And yes, converting them on the phone is very important. But news alert, some people can't convert leads over the phone, so you have to have a strategy in place to convert these potential clients. Now, a lot of you guys call leads and you don't get them, so you say, okay, I'm moving on to the next. Some of you guys call leads, you get them, and they're not ready to purchase, and you leave them alone. Now, where the magic happens is the ones that call the lead, get them, but then decide to do something else, and that is called follow up. When I was running my auto transport brokering business, I was amazing, shockingly amazing on the phone, and I didn't understand it. It was a shock because when I was 16 years old, I tried selling, I don't know if you guys remember Cutco knives, but I tried selling Cutco knives, and I literally sold one set, and I was like, this is not for me. I knew back then that sales was not for me. I always have been a person that liked to help people and use my experiences to provide value. So when it came to calling leads, I was scared out of my mind. I literally was trembling on the phone. My voice was breaking and I didn't know what to say. But then something happened. Something magical happened. I decided that, you know what? I hate selling. So I'm not going to sell to these people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to provide value. I was a truck driver for years prior, right? I grew up in a trucking family. My father used to haul cars for Cadillac. My brother was a truck driver hauling dry van. And I knew that if I could leverage those experiences, including my own, I could help make somebody's move a lot better, a lot smoother, and provide interesting conversation. So instead of selling to people on the phone, I shifted to just talking to them. I would picture talking to my mother or talking to a friend. And it worked. So when it comes to selling leads, the number one thing that you guys are doing wrong is exactly that, selling. Now, for those of you guys that are listening that are salespeople, you're probably saying, well, Ashley, I sell and I have success. Well, not everyone is meant to be a salesperson. So this is for the people that suck at selling and don't want to just sell people. And what I found is that by not selling them, I was actually building a relationship with them. And when things went wrong, which of course things go wrong, you'd be naive to think other, they were in my corner. Think about this. When you have a friend and you give them bad advice, let's just say, you tell them, you know what? You should break up with that person. And then they break up with the person. And they're like, you the one told me to break up with the person. Well, at the end of the day, that person, if they're truly your friend, they're going to understand that you gave them that advice out the goodness of your heart. Now, let's take another scenario. Let's just say you gave a friend and the advice to open up a bank account at a particular bank, right? You're like, hey, I've had great experience here, but let me warn you that if you open up this bank account, and it's possible this and this can happen, right? And that friend says, you know what? I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to open up the bank account. And then something happens. They're going to think to themselves and says, what? They're going to say, well, they did warn me this was going to happen. So you think that friend is going to be pissed at you? More so, do you think that friend's going to be as pissed as the other friend who broke up with the person because you gave them advice, but you never gave them the warning, right? So when it comes to selling leads, or selling to people who are trying to move their car, if you look at it as a friend and you tell them, this is how you move your car, but warning, this, and this could happen. When this, and this happens, they're going to be like, wow, well, you know what? Ashley warned me. Let me share another story with you guys. When I started as an auto transport broker, I had a client that was moving across country with his family. And I told him, you know, he was moving two vehicles, two BMWs. And I said, it's possible that it might take a little bit more time to get your vehicles moved. It was going from New Jersey to California. And I said, because you're trying to move this vehicle now and the other vehicle later. So I warned him of what could happen. And I said, there is a chance, because he wanted to keep it within a certain price range. So I said, I'm going to do it for you. But there is a chance that if your vehicle doesn't get moved in the time that you're looking for, I'm going to come back to you for more money. And we're going to have to raise that price. So as of right now, this is the price. And I was young and I was new. When I say young, I was young in the business. So I gave him the price that he wanted. He paid me up front, the brokering part of it. And then when it came time to move his vehicles, the market changed. And literally, I needed to price it higher. I came back to him for a few $100s more. And you know what he said to me? I don't like it, Ashley, but you warned me this would happen. And guess what? That guy wrote me an excellent review. And he referred me to other people, and my business grew. Obviously, he wasn't the sole reason my business grew, but I warned him. So let's recap on this, because I know it seems like right now we're all over the place, and I wanted you guys to stick with me here. Let's go back. So what you learned is, the first thing is, you need to be following up, right? You need to be following up. Don't just call the leads. Follow up with an email, and then maybe another one and another one. But in these emails, it's important that you're not just selling. Choose me. Are you ready to ship your car? Are you still looking to ship your car? No. You need to be providing value. Number two, if you're not good at selling and you're not a salesperson, which I'm still anti-sales people, but if you're not a good salesperson, think about it as an opportunity to share your experiences and provide value. Provide knowledge, provide experiences that you've gone through that could relate or pertain to their move that's going to help them. And then number three, when you're talking to these people, treat them like you would your friend and give them the scenario, but also give them alternate scenarios. This way, if and when the alternate scenario happens, they're going to remember that you already warned them. And that is the secret to selling. Now, obviously, I can give you so many more tips, and I probably will in later podcasts, and I don't want this to go too long. But if you can master that and you just keep those things in mind, you're going to change your business dramatically. That is why I, the anti-sales woman, was so great at selling. And it wasn't until I made that shift that I stopped being nervous on the phone. It became an opportunity for me to make a positive impact on somebody's move. So I would love to hear from you. Have you guys, in the comments below, I want to know, have you employed any of these sales tips? Have you tried these things before? Are you willing to try? Which one are you willing to try today? Start today. I know some of you guys are still working and you have tons of leads to call. Try it and tell me in the comments how it worked out for you, if it's changed your business. And if you don't agree, tell me why. I'd love to hear. I'd love to have an intellectual conversation with you guys in the comments. If you like this video or podcast, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more podcasts just like it. I'm Ashley from ReloGeek.com. Now get out there and make moves happen. I will talk to you guys in the next podcast or video.